YouTubers, Hankster here, and as you might have heard earlier today, the body of singer Prince was found in his home in Paisley Park earlier today. No word yet of any cause of death, but when the news people reported, of course, obviously, it would be the same time I hear it, so... Prince, of course, was synonymous with the 80s music at that time. He, of course, also had a lot of hits in the 1990s as well. He, of course, got a start in the 70s, but, of course, as I said, most of his hits were in the 80s, with such hits as 1999, When Doves Cry, Kiss, and many others. And, of course, obviously, one of the reasons why I'm... doing a little tribute video for Prince is that, of course, he and I share one notable fact is that he and I were both born on June 7th. Of course, not the same year, but the day, June 7th. Ironically enough, oddly enough, also, he's also linked to Tom Jones by a birthday. They're both also born on June 7th. And when I make that interesting comment is that Prince did the song Kiss, and sometime later Tom Jones teamed up with the group Art of Noise and did their own version of Kiss, which was pretty interesting, being that Prince is not usually the one to have his music performed by other people, especially when it came to notables like Weird Al Yankovic, who openly said that Prince would never allow him to parody his music. Of course, that little, if you want to call it a feud, came to a head in 1989 when both artists were both promoting albums and movies. Prince, of course, in 1989 was promoting the first Batman movie directed by Tim Burton, and as you can see in this picture, this is the character he played in both music videos from his own soundtrack from the movie. There's two soundtracks. Prince did one, and Danny Elfman did the theatrical score for Batman. And Prince did, of course, his own album, and of course consisted of numerous songs. Two of them, of course, made it to music video. Of course, the Bat Dance, where he, of course, played a character. Not only played himself, he also played a character he called Gemini, which was sort of a Batman Joker hybrid. Kind of contemplating his duality in life, being that he was both the Joker and Batman at the same time. Of course, he reprised the character in the second video, Party Man, which of course was the song used when the Joker was played by Jack Nicholson. Of course, was defacing classic works of art. Now, of course, what I said, the feud came to a head. Of course, Al at the time was promoting his movie UHF. Of course, also included a music video, which, of course, in the video, Al dressed up as numerous popular singers at the time, including, of course, Prince. Now, of course, a lot of people were wondering why he was able to dress up as Prince, but of course he's well known not to do a parody by Prince. Well, Al, of course, comically jested that Prince does not hold a copyright to a whippy mustache. And of course, I don't know if this had attributed to what Prince did, but in the Party Man video, Prince had a Weird Al lookalike, which, of course, his character Gemini gave him an exploding cigar. That pretty much, of course, even up to this point, Al was still never able to parody any Prince's songs. But probably we'll hear some from Al about the death of Prince one way or another. This is not the first time Al has been connected to a singer who has died. Of course, Michael Jackson, obviously, and of course, the lead singer of Nirvana also Al's connected to, because he did, of course, obviously he did parodies with. Prince, of course, created two backup bands. One in the 80s, which, of course, was the Revolution, which was with him during most of his big hits, 80s hits. And, of course, in the 1990s, with another group known as the New Power Generation. Which briefly had Kenny Dolfer, who was best known for her saxophone work. She also performed on the Party Man single. Don't know totally what his band was in the recent years. He, of course, made a big comeback in the Super Bowl, playing his numerous hits and all. Of course, the oddest part of his career, of course, was in the 1990s when he changed his name supposedly to that weird symbol. Of course, everybody called it a love symbol or something, so I don't. Of course, people kind of just start calling him the artist formerly known as Prince through most of the rest of the 90s, with him coming back and basically trashing that that symbol name back to being Prince. And of course, Prince is his real name. Much like Michael Jackson's son is named Prince, which I'm not sure if he's named after Prince, but as I said, Prince did a nice performance during a Super Bowl back in over a decade ago. He, of course, was making a very strong comeback with his latest brand of music being talked about in the press and everything. So it was doing pretty good. So we don't know totally what's wrong, what was happening that brought on his death. And of course, if you heard, he, of course, had some health problems about a week ago with flu-like symptoms and all. But we don't know if that had any connection to this or something else. Of course, Prince was married twice. Of course, his best-known marriage was to the exotic belly dancer that he had in a few of his music videos in the 90s. Of course, they tried to have a child, and of course that ended in the brief life of the child as well. So he doesn't, living heirs to his name, sadly enough. But Prince, of course, will be greatly missed. Of course, there'll probably be a whole lot of press involving this. The most press he's had, since the 90s, I guess. Even though he, of course, was making a very good comeback in recent years with new music and everything. But sadly to say, we won't know how far his comeback would have come back if would have made if he had lived longer. Sadly enough. But obviously, this is my little tribute video to Prince. Of course, we do share the two main reasons. Of course, we do share the same day of birth, June 7th, and of course his connections to Weird Al and all. But I hope you enjoyed this little tribute video, and of course stay tuned here for more commentary, rants, tribute videos and such here on the Weirdo Network.